So how high does this all get, and what can we look forward to or not? Let's get the read from Mike Sommers, the American Petroleum Institute president and CEO. Mike, what are we looking at here?
Well, I do think one of the big concerns that we have here at the American Petroleum Institute is there aren't government policies to match the rhetoric here in terms of how we're going to lower energy costs over the long term. We're continuing to see rhetoric from this White House that talks about some of the things that the oil and gas industry needs to do, when really they should be holding up a mirror and looking at the things that this administration should do to ensure that we're lowering costs over the long term. And that includes opening up federal lands and federal waters to more exploration and production. And by the way, also, how do we increase refining capacity in this country to meet what we expect to be continuing demand by American consumers?
So, Mike, when the president says we've opened up leases and opportunities for the industry to pursue, they haven't done so. They say one thing and do another. What do you say to that?
Well, it's hogwash. In fact, at this point in President Biden's term, they had already done almost 50 lease sales, both onshore and offshore in the Gulf of Mexico. This administration has done exactly
You're saying
zero.
in President Trump's term at this point?
No, in President Obama's term. They had done 50
I thought you said Biden. Go ahead.
And during the Biden administration, they've done exactly zero, which means that all of the rhetoric that they're saying that what they're doing to get more production on is absolutely false. And we need a long-term energy strategy in this country, and that includes oil and gas. And yeah, it includes renewables too. But we need a long-term approach rather than a short-term approach. We've seen the short-term approach, which is more release from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. But the real concern is you're drawing down that Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and you're not filling it back up. We have energy resources here in the United States that we can develop quickly if we get the policies right.
So, you know, I think he wants to up it to 2 million barrels a day from 1 million barrels a day, tapping the reserve. It's done little to change the oil, equation and direction. In fact, it's gone up since all of this started. I'm just wondering, how high is high? I know it's a gut call, and I know it's a supply and demand thing, and I know we have the war to contend with and how that's locking up supplies. I get all of that. I know the administration, fingering you guys for making money hand over fist. Didn't say much when you weren't making money hand over fist. But I'm wondering where you see things settling now.
Well, when you look at the actual data, you're actually going to see American production go up by about 1 million barrels a day before the end of the year. And then we expect in 2023 us to again hit record levels of production. So American producers are responding to these price issues that we're seeing right now. At the same time, this industry is dealing with the same issues that a lot of other industries are dealing with. We're dealing with supply chain shortages. So I had a API member CEO recently say to me that even if I wanted to produce more today, I can't get access to the oil rigs. We're having issues with supply chain on steel. There are issues with frac sand as well. So there are real supply constraints within this economy that is hitting the oil industry also. We also are having worker shortage issues as well. So things that are existing within this economy, inflationary pressures, are really pressuring the American oil and gas industry also. But we're going to get production back up. We want to reduce these prices long-term for American consumers. But there are government incentives and government policies that we can put in place now. If we get a long-term energy strategy in place, we'll be able to reduce American prices at the pump quickly, in my view.
We'll watch what happens. Mike Sommers, thank you very much. Good talking to you again. The American Petroleum Institute president and CEO.